Welcome to What's in the Raid, where we discuss all things Raid Shadow Legends. Feel free to call me C. In this inaugural episode, I thought the best place to start is with where my account is right now. As of July 2026. I have been playing just under a year now. In fact, I'll quickly show you. I have just received my Visix 270-day login reward. 1 day in with like this 271 plus days kind of thing. So just under a year that I've had the account for over a year and a half, because I pretty much gave up, because as you can see from when I show you my account, I leveled everything with my heart instead of my head. Just a quick introduction, we're currently working on the Web of Corruption event. I had a fair bit of resources going into the initial stages of this event, and then spent it all on gaining the fragments for both Folan and Talena. This one was a very, very close call. I'm not going to lie, I very nearly did not get Talena, but she is secured. I spent pretty much every little bit that I had, and now we're at where we're going into like good new events, including this fusion, which I just can't get. Hagaba, I don't have enough resources, especially not in terms of silver, or time, or energy. So while we have a look at the intro for this game, I'm just going to go and burn the rest of my energy, set this up as a little multiplayer. Okay, so I have very, very recently gone from early to a mid-game account. I have spent a little bit of money on this when I first started the game, but I very quickly learned that that's not the best return. Like, it didn't give me as much satisfaction. Quite frankly, I'd rather spend my money on a cup of coffee. So for the past, 200 days plus, I have been pretty much free to play, and I've had quite a lot of satisfaction from that. So when I say I've entered mid-game, I can now, in terms of my dungeons, like all of my potion keeps, I am pretty much clearing them at max level, including Minotaur's Labyrinth. So I'm on a very hard-earned level 18 for Ice Golem's Peak. Going into Spiders then, you can see I was a bit of a here, level 16, 17, on any given day. Dragon's Lair, where you get like really nice speed gear and all of that. I mean, I can clear 20, but I'm sitting on 18, 19. And of course, Fire Knight, the dream stage is, well, I'm on 15. I could probably move on to 16 or 17 now that my heroes are getting there.
Meanwhile,
let's have a look at these. So for legendaries, I can very proudly say I am now on 15. We are in the middle of the Valorant chase. He is looking to be pretty crazy. I'm looking forward to getting him up. He's very, very modestly geared. Same thing with Visix, obviously my 270-day award. She is looking like quite an exciting little addition. She's not perfect everywhere, but Hydra, Faction Wars, Fire Knight's Castle, those are the areas that I am struggling at the moment, so I'm quite excited for adding her. And of course, as you can tell, not every legendary is created equal. I will probably be taking Visix, Valoran, and Hilvi to level 6, or 6 stars, and level 60. I might take Roxanne simply because I absolutely adore lizard men, but for the most part, that would be leveling with my heart. An awful lot of love into Ezio. Alice, I moved house before I got her perfect soul all the way to 5 stars. And of course, then there is Elva, who is my star attraction. She takes care of quite a lot for me. Not only do I absolutely adore Sylvan Watchers, but she just takes it. She's got a revive that ticks over quite regularly. She's got multiple buffs. She's got the perfect veil. She's got the revive, increased defense, increased attack. You can cleanse so many sins off of your team just with this ability.
one eternity later.
Moving into my epics now, I've got a few sitting in my vault as well, but for the most part, these are the ones I'm actively using right now, give or take a couple that I'll be moving in and out. As you can tell, I've got a lot of them still at level 40. Broadmoor, obviously from a fusion, he's handy for faction wars. You've got the likes of Phoenix and Talia. Like you can tell these were some of my earliest epics, leveled with my heart. I've only very recently added Steel Skull, Aox the Rememberer, Basher, and all of these to the list of heroes, because I had them sitting in my account and I didn't realise how good some of them were. For instance, like Sandlash Survivor, very decent hero. Same with Royal Guard, Ruella, Turagi, Geomancer, and Doom Priest. I just didn't realise just how good they were because I wasn't really paying attention to the analytical side. I was just enjoying the RPG collection side, wanted to get as much as possible, spend frivolously, and just, you know, because Alhain was my starter one, when Dark Alhain came along, I just poured as much as I possibly could into Dark Alhain, set her to like favourites. And yeah, there's so many other better heroes than these guys that I've now since discovered that I have. So, I am working on it. They are improving. I've got a little bit of a bottleneck in terms of my silver go away little ad. I've got a silver bottleneck. Like I say, I have spent an awful lot of money on these heroes here, so I have some work to do, and I am hoarding resources at the moment for the next big tangible upgrade. And when I say I'm hoarding resources, this is what I mean. I have got skill tomes that I'm hoarding. I have got my brews that I'm hoarding, including one barrel, hoarding that. Like, it's not, none of this is a lot. None of this is a lot because, like I said, I very recently spent everything I had in chasing Folin and Talena. So this is probably one of my better stashes. But when I say I have now officially entered mid-game, this is what I mean. So Grim Forest, I now officially clear almost all of it, with the exception of this like purple area, which is probably up here, right? This purple area here, I struggle with that. And on hard, I probably clear about 10 to 20% for this. Now, Siege, team effort, very grateful for a very good clan. Cursed City, don't want to talk about Cursed City because sometimes I get off the first island, sometimes I do not. That is a future update. But Doom Tower is the first big thing. I can clear Doom Tower, with the exception of maybe a couple of side rooms, all the way to the top on normal, and maybe a third of the way on hard. So that's better than I was doing 5 weeks ago. This is great. And then the next one is clan bosses. Never made a dent in either Hydra or Chimera. I can now do easy and normal on Chimera. And again, I don't have all the right heroes, especially not geared. I might have the heroes, but I don't necessarily have them all geared. But I can do all right, like 11 million. Needed 6.66 for Hydra just to get a chest on normal. But this is the big upgrade. My Demon Lord, the old classic. I now clear Ultra Nightmare. Sometimes I throw in a little bit of Nightmare, depending on how well it goes or how many keys I have, every single day. And that has changed the in-game economy. Since I've started doing Ultra Nightmare, which has been about 2 weeks now, I have gained 4 extra Sacred Shards, a bunch of Voids and Ancients, as well as gems. Like, my gems are just going through the roof. And again, this is not as high as some accounts. I look forward to hoarding far, far more than that, and opening all of these resources with you guys in the chat with me. But yes, that is straightforward where I am. So for shards, it's modest, but before the whole Web of Corruption thing came on, and Folin and what's his name, Talena were on the cards for me, I had a roughly similar shard collection. So I'm hoping that I'll be able to participate in some of the end events coming up on Web of Corruption. We'll see about that. It's early days yet. But that is roughly the status of my account at the moment. Like I say, predominantly free to play, early to mid game, trying to do my best in terms of hoarding my resources, and making the most of it. I mean, even my Great Hall, I did that for the progress mission. Got that building up now. We'll do all of that bit by bit. It went a little overboard with like the potion keeps, but I just really wanted to complete these areas. For arena, I comfortably sit in gold 5 on classic. I'm in gold league for live, but it is hard. I maybe win 1, 2, 3 every day, lose the rest. So it is what it is. 3v3, that's not that great. I'm only in bronze 3, but that is improving. That is going up. And then missions. I mean, I haven't even got Arbiter yet. We're not even dreaming about Marius or Amantu yet, and Marius is a big dream because he whips me every single time I go up against him in arena. I can't wait to clear him. And I think the last thing I want to show you is probably where I am in terms of Plarium points. So I've got another 91 Plarium points to go for Morag Bronzelock. This is why I recommend playing on the PC if you've got the ability to do so, because you get an extra 6 Plarium points per day. And then, of course, you know, the Valorant Chase, we have some Plarium pointies coming up in Phase 2, another 30. So hopefully, by the end of the next couple of weeks, I should have Morag Bronzelock in the bag as well. So I'm quite looking forward to that. Well, okay. Thank you very much for joining me on this introduction into my account, where it stands at the moment. I look forward to sharing the progress of silver, gems, all the various little resources, and I'll be doing more videos as the account progresses, especially when it comes time to invest heavily into the next set of upgrades. Like I say, I like doing big bulk upgrades. I like to feel the difference in my account when that happens. Like my last one, I took 12 level 50s and took them up to 60. And obviously now I'm in the situation where I have to do a bunch of ascending and a bunch of gear leveling. But that is all going to be a journey that I share with you. I will dive into the lore of the game, because that's probably what got me hooked in the first place, and, you know, coming back each time. Because it's not even the first time that I play this game. I've had another account which I got frustrated because I wasn't getting the hang of the analytics, deleted that, came back for this for like an event, created a new account, and obviously now that I'm starting to understand the more analytical side of things, I am finding a whole new level of joy. But like I say, I will share the lore of the heroes, of the factions, the little bits of progress. And thank you so much for joining me on this introduction. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Let me know if you've got any questions, and happy raiding!